This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and that far. You see, this is what I was talking about. The NBA has a double standard that's associated with it. I'm going to talk about this because this bothers me to the highest and umpteenth power. LeBron James gets to do whatever LeBron James wants to do. We have LeBron tards. I put it right there in the back so you guys can see this. This is what's wrong with the NBA. LBJ Riders Media, LBJ Brigade, LBJ Apologists, LBJ Stands, LeBron tards. They're telling you LeBron didn't do anything. He was justified in doing what he was supposed to. LeBron purposefully threw the fucking elbow. There was no Isaiah Stewart was getting on LeBron. He was getting on LeBron's nerve. There was no Isaiah Stewart did something foul early on. Now, foul means he was playing LeBron aggressive. And LeBron couldn't handle fucking aggression. So now he had to take it out on this guy. This is not even about playing basketball from a physical standpoint. What LeBron James did was a fighting thing. Like I said, LeBron is lucky it's not me. I would have beat the shit out of him on the basketball court. Nobody would have been able to hold me. I'm a wrestler, dog. I would have folded every motherfucker up like a fucking pretzel. Then I would have got to LeBron James and fold his fucking ass up. I would have muffed him. I would have took his face and muffed it on the damn ground. And I'd have made him bleed on both sides of his eyes. I don't fucking play. You make me bleed on one, you bleed on both. I'm ruthless like that. And then I'll tell him, how does that fucking feel? While I have his face mushed in the damn ground. While I have him muffed him on the floor. Damn near why I actually literally keep my foot on his damn neck. That's how I would treat LeBron. And you think I'll be done? Nah. They'll kick me out of the game. And I'll be waiting right at the end of the alley for his ass. He shows up. If his entourage is there with him, everybody getting folded up. This gonna be on some YouTube high viral type shit. I'm folding everybody up just to get to his ass. Then when I finally get to his ass, because I had to take all that energy folding all these motherfuckers up, I'm putting a sack over his head and beating the shit out of him. That's what LeBron James deserves. Yes, people are like, damn, dog, that's vulgar. I don't want to get no damn fight. You damn sure don't want to get no fight with me. Don't let the glasses fool you, dog. I'm a bad motherfucker, dog. I get in a fight with a motherfucker, it's over for your ass. Because when I fight to win. There's no such thing as no fair fucking fight. It's fight to fucking win. It's your life versus the other motherfucker's life. LeBron James will be folded the fuck up. He'd be muffed the fuck up. That's what he deserves. Y'all sitting here in this background giving LeBron James credit. No. You see, and then here's the other stupid comment. Well, y'all say LeBron's not physical. LeBron didn't do nothing physical. That wasn't no damn Bill A. Beer. That wasn't no damn Rick Mahorn. What these guys do is they get in your head. That's the physicality they do. Yeah, they slap you. They hold you. They're not sitting there and throwing a fucking elbow to beat your ass up. And when they do, if you notice, when those shits happen, it wasn't about basketball. Motherfuckers were actually fighting on the basketball court. The Malice and Palace, motherfuckers was actually fighting in the basketball court, man. It wasn't about basketball no more. What LeBron James did had nothing to do with fucking basketball. This guy right here threw an elbow with every intention to hurt the person. You guys don't understand what could have happened to Isaiah Stewart. That's why I sit here and I laugh. Because y'all don't understand shit. LeBron James could have popped this guy's eye out. LeBron James could have gave this guy a brain hemorrhaging. If you look at the way the elbow hit this guy's skull, he could have fractured this guy on so many levels. And they give him 1 game suspension. And because Isaiah Stewart reacts in the adrenaline that anybody would fucking react if somebody hit them like that. I actually commended Isaiah Stewart because if he didn't react the way that he did, I would have called him a fucking pussy. I would have said he's bitch made. So I like the reaction. But Isaiah Stewart was still too nice. Nobody would be able to hold me, dog. I don't care if you have 10 motherfuckers holding me down. They would have hell to fucking pay. I'm telling you this right now. I would have got to LeBron James. I would have got to Russell Westbrook because his ass was talking shit, saying that he was going to fight. His ass was scared like a bitch. When Isaiah Stewart was coming towards him, he was like, I saw Russell Westbrook's face. A person's expression, it speaks a million words. It's priceless. They lucky it wasn't me, boy. Richie Rich will tell y'all, they know how I get down on the court. When it comes time to fight, it ain't about no fucking basketball, man. I'll tell y'all this story, man. There was this dude, me and him, we was playing basketball on the basketball court. I learned wrestling from this motherfucker. That's when I left that whole punching shit alone. This motherfucker took the basketball and hit me behind the back of my head with it. I said, "Oh, you think you dirty?" I took the basketball and hit his ass right back in the back of the head with that shit too. And then we started squabbling. I was punching this motherfucker every time. I was throwing punches at him, landing punches, and them punches were landing. I mean, they were landing with precision. I was like, this dude is like a brick. It's like a brick wall. He can't fucking move. But he kept body slamming me, man. He kept taking so much energy out of me, dog. Every time he was body slamming me, I was like, I was so infatuated by the whole fact that a body slam can take that much more energy out of you than someone actually punching you. I was so enthused by that. I was so endued by that. I was so enamored with that. I was so amazed by that. I was just like, damn, that's some shit right there. This motherfucker's taking the wind out of me. We went at this for 3 hours straight. Richie Rich will tell you, he watched the whole thing. I punched this dude up, and I'm talking about, I'm landing blows that anybody else, it would just mess him up. This dude was just built too big, too durable, and too tough. Then that's when I realized, at the end of our squabble, every time he kept slamming, I mean, he put me in a suplex. He actually taught me how to fucking wrestle. He put me in this dude put me in a guillotine chokehold. This guy right here, man, I mean, he picked me up, dog, and I mean, he just kept mushing me to the ground, dog. And I kept punching him. And I realized, every punch that I threw, we both walked out of that shit bloody as hell. Every punch that I threw, I said, this is a waste of fucking time. And at the end of the fight, we became best of friends. And I told that dude, I said, man, you gonna have to teach me how to fucking wrestle, dog. Cause I like that shit. Fuck punching. This shit right here take a lot out of people's energy, man. I'm worn out. I was a little bit more worn out than he was. Because of the fact that it was just the way he was slamming me, dog. He was worn out because he was feeling every bit of my force. But you gotta understand, this guy's active wrestler, dog. So he's used to taking brutality. But I'm not used to getting body slammed like that. He was impressed off of the fact that we just basically ended up in a draw. That was the only fight that I had that was a draw, like flat out draw. That was probably the most tired in any physical exertion I've ever done. I mean, that shit even beat the military. The most tired physical exertion I've done in my life. But the point of what I'm saying is, we got to that point where it wasn't about basketball no more. You see how I'm contextualizing this? Because we both were squabbling. This was now about fighting. Because we both did shit where basketball didn't fucking apply no more. So to contextualize that and put it into this position, what LeBron James did to Isaiah Stewart, that wasn't basketball no more. That was fighting. The right thing the NBA should have done, instead of trying to hold Isaiah Stewart, they should allow him to get his shot off on LeBron James. I guarantee you his shit would have been worse. But they wouldn't have allowed that. They allowed LeBron James to inadvertently elbow this guy. And because they have to protect their darling, they say he deserves 1 game suspension. Look, no. If Isaiah Stewart gets 2 game suspension, and really, 2 games for what? Getting mad? Having the adrenaline of wanting to come after you and showing aggression? Off of the strength that somebody elbowed this guy and bloodied the guy. To be honest with you, if he's going to get a suspension because, you know, they got to be PC about the bullshit and the fuck shit, he's only getting 1 game. LeBron James should get minimum 3 fucking games. Because 1, there wouldn't be no LeBron James, Isaiah Stewart altercation if LeBron doesn't throw the elbow that way. 2, LeBron James had killful intent. He had malicious intent. He had harmful intent when he threw that fucking elbow. He didn't throw that elbow to be cute. He threw the elbow to let the motherfucker know you gonna feel my presence. It's the same way Isaiah Stewart should have been afforded the opportunity to get his get back against LeBron James so that he could let LeBron James, you need to feel my fucking presence. When it's all said and done, this is what's wrong with the sport of basketball. And this is why I told you guys, LeBron James era, the AAU generational era of participation award era. They accept any bullshit and fuck shit. This is unacceptable at the highest levels. LeBron James should be suspended for a number of games. If this was the Malice in the Palace and all of that, they would have suspended LeBron James, if he wasn't LeBron James, for months in and months out. He would have had a lot of fucking games. Could you imagine if this was Steven Jackson? Could you imagine if this was Ron Artest? You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? The same rules don't fucking apply for LeBron James. But he's been doing this shit throughout his whole NBA career. The reason why I'm adamant and continuously talking about this shit is because look at what happened. This guy only got suspended for one game in 19 years. They suspend LeBron James for one game. It's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, but in this most cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat fashion. I'm motivated. The rest of this week, that's all I'm fucking talking about. I don't care about anything that has to do with the NBA. I'm talking about this shit the rest of the week. Because right here, we need to paint the fucking picture of LeBron James. First, it was Enes Kanter. Just after that whole lifetime Nike contract, because I got to talk about that shit too. After Enes Kanter put his ass out there, look what ended up happening. LeBron James been exposed at the highest levels on so many different variations, on so many different aspects, and on so many different levels. They've exposed his rabbit ass. And he deserves the fucking exposure. You want to know why he deserves that shit? Because this guy's a LaFraud. Everything about this guy is LaFraudulent. Everything about the Lakers are fakers ever since this guy showed up. That's the cool part. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat fashion. I keeps the foot on the what? Higgs. I keeps the foot on the what? Higgs. This is He Knows Everything. Check it out.